Répétez, bonjour classe. Bonjour. Eh bien, comment ça va aujourd'hui? Ça va bien? Ça va bien.
This is Madame Mitchell, Penn High School's French teacher. She is one of the many this year to implement Chromebooks into her curriculum.
The biggest thing about my classroom that has flipped is the fact that instead of just having me instruct new verbs or new techniques or new vocabulary things in class, I'm getting to spend more time with students speaking in French, doing more paired activities where they're speaking, and they get to go do those kind of what we might call the boring lecture things that happen in class. They get to do that review on their own. They get to do it at their own pace at home.
Well, this year for sure, I feel a lot more organized, and that just overall makes everything better for me. Whenever I'm unorganized, I feel crazy and 10 times more stressed than I need to be. So
yeah, same here. It's just like last year I just felt like all over the place, but now like everything's on one like laptop or Chromebook or whatever, and it's just easy to keep track of everything.
I think it was a good idea because it allows the teachers to be able to communicate with us more than they would have possible before, because they can give us assignments through the Chromebook and they can direct our curriculum towards us more throughout the Chromebook than they could with just a normal textbook.
For us this year, I would say the best advantage for the Chromebook, or the best use of the Chromebook, is this new online curriculum that I'm using. I have found an open educational resource available to my students, put together by the University of Texas at Austin, called Français Interactif. It is a very interactive method of learning a language, not your traditional textbook, and strictly online and free of cost. The Chromebooks have been perfect for implementation of that curriculum. It offers videos that students can watch on their Chromebook of authentic French speakers. It offers PDFs that they can use as documentation, whether it be for vocabulary lists or even interaction with the videos. And then also it has a ton of resources online for further grammar practice, review that they need there. With all of the advantages of Chromebooks, there are many challenges. Monitoring exactly what goes on can be tricky, but more than that, it's about teaching responsibility of using the technology in the right way, and teaching responsibility of, I'm going to use this for myself, and I'm not going to allow myself to be distracted with other things. There are lots of fun games out there, lots of fun resources, or even things like Google Translate that I try to ban from the classroom. But those have been the main challenges I have faced.
Do you ever feel tempted to just change tasks on the Chromebooks?
Oh yeah. I was just having this conversation with someone the other night, whereas with homework I'm now tempted to look up a YouTube video about the subject at first, and then I'll see tabs in the side. They're like, oh, look at cats playing with whatever, or cats playing keyboard, or some stupid video they have out at the time, and I'll get off task. But I feel like that was a real problem when we first got it, but now that I've learned how to use it, be more responsible with it, I feel like I'm more inapt to stay on task than I was before.
Honestly, with mine, I've kind of just let it be school-based, and then I've resisted trying to tempt and use it for music and iTunes and stuff like that. So,
but yeah, definitely, like when I first got them, I was really tempted to play games and stuff.
Right. Yeah, at home definitely, but at school, there's always that thing in the back of my mind that I know that the teachers can see what I'm doing.
Oh God.
I don't know if everyone knows about that, but they can see what tabs you have up, and they can close out of them just as easily as we can. So I don't know, I just don't want them to think that I'm off task. I want them to know that I'm focused in school. So at home, yes, but school, no.
Do you think the addition of Chromebooks were a good or a bad idea, and why would you?
I think that the addition of Chromebooks was actually a good idea rather than bad, just because it's made it a lot easier to access things, and nowadays everything's moving more towards electronic base, and everyone's getting used to with iPhones and tablets and all that kind of stuff. And in addition to that, we're also going to use laptops in college, so it's kind of just preparing us now for college experience rather than later, so we get used to using them and the access of computers.
Even for my math class, for example, my textbook is on the Chromebook. I don't have to have a textbook anymore, so that's nice. And there's a lot of my classes that have that same situation. It also helps the environment. I don't have to use trees as often. I'm turning assignments in through the Chromebook rather than a paper copy.
So I feel like I'm preparing my students for the future, in that when they go to college, they're going to have to submit assignments online. They're going to have to do online assignments. And they're also finding resources for how to use languages globally online and find the resources that are available to them there. In college, they're going to have an advantage in that they've used document sharing through Google Docs, or they've been constantly on their email, or they're uploading things to Canvas. So I feel that that is very advantageous to their future. In their future career, technology is everything. And so I'm trying to push that while I want you to learn French, I want my students also to learn some technology.